Do you know everything about your coffee? Well, let's unfurl some surprising facts about it. Coffee, this humble brew that kickstarts our mornings, fuels our workdays, and warms our leisurely chats, has a rich and complex tapestry of tales waiting to be discovered. It's not just a beverage, it's a global phenomenon, a ritual, a comfort, a lifeline for many. Across the globe, millions of people begin their day with a cup of coffee. From the bustling streets of New York to the quaint cafes in Paris, from the aromatic coffee houses in Istanbul to the roadside stalls in Mumbai, coffee is the universal language of waking up. But beyond the comforting warmth and the invigorating aroma, lies a world of fascinating secrets, intriguing stories, and surprising facts about this beloved brew. These are not just facts, they are the hidden layers of the coffee world, waiting to be peeled back and savored, just like the drink itself. Did you know that coffee is actually a fruit, or that its origin can be traced back to Ethiopia? Have you ever wondered about the role bees play in coffee production? Or that there was a time when coffee was banned? And what about Civet coffee, the most expensive coffee in the world, made from beans passed through the digestive system of a civet cat? Surprised to hear that your strong shot of espresso actually contains less caffeine than your regular cup of joe? Or that coffee isn't just for drinking, it's used in beauty products and even in cooking meat? Each of these facts is a thread in the intricate weave of the coffee story, a story that spans centuries and continents, cultures and customs. Each thread adds depth and flavor to the coffee narrative, making it as rich and complex as the brew itself. So, buckle up, coffee lovers, as we embark on a journey into the intriguing world of coffee, exploring its origins, its secrets, and its surprises. We are about to dive into a world that's as aromatic, as invigorating, and as comforting as your favorite cup of coffee. Stay tuned as we begin our journey into the world of coffee. Here's the first surprising fact. Did you know that your coffee is actually a fruit? Yes, you heard it right. What we relish as coffee beans are in fact seeds of a fruit. This fruit is commonly known as a coffee cherry. Now, when you imagine a cherry, you picture a small round object with a single pit in the center. Well, the coffee cherry is no different. It's a small fruit that turns bright red when it's ripe and ready to be picked. Inside this cherry are the precious gems we call coffee beans. These beans are actually seeds of the coffee cherry. They are taken out, processed, and roasted to produce the coffee we all love and adore. So, the next time you're sipping on your favorite cup of joe, remember, you're technically starting your day with a fruit. Fact number 2 takes us back to the origin of coffee. Picture this, we're in Ethiopia centuries ago. The legend goes that a humble shepherd noticed his goats acting unusually energetic after consuming a certain type of berry. Curious, he decided to try these berries himself and experience the same invigorating effects. Word spread, people started experimenting with these magic berries, and voila, the coffee we know and love was discovered. It's interesting to think that our daily cup of joe, this global phenomenon, started with a shepherd and his lively goats. From Ethiopia, coffee spread to Yemen, and from there, it journeyed across the globe, to the bustling coffee houses of Istanbul, the elegant cafes of Paris, and even to your very own kitchen. So next time you sip your coffee, remember its Ethiopian roots. Ever thought how bees might be connected to your coffee? Well, it's more than just a buzz. Bees play a crucial role in the pollination of coffee plants. You see, coffee plants need to be pollinated to produce the cherries that house the beans we all know and love. And who better to do this than our friendly neighborhood bees? They flit from flower to flower, spreading pollen and facilitating the growth of those precious cherries. But here's the sting. The global bee population is declining at an alarming rate. This is due to a multitude of factors, from climate change to pesticide use. And this decline could have serious implications for the future of coffee. With fewer bees, there's less pollination, meaning fewer coffee cherries and ultimately less coffee. So when you're savoring that next cup of joe, spare a thought for the bees. So, saving bees means saving coffee. Brace yourself for fact number 4. Coffee was once banned. Now that's a world hard to imagine, isn't it? This surprising turn of events took place in the 17th century under the reign of the Ottoman Empire. The reason behind the ban was not linked to health concerns or political issues, but rather to religious beliefs. The scholars of the time, known as the ulema, held the view that coffee's stimulating effects interfered with the faithful's devotions by keeping them awake. It's fascinating really to consider that the very quality we cherish in coffee today, its ability to stir us into wakefulness, was deemed problematic centuries ago. The ban, of course, didn't last forever. And we all know how that story ended. Coffee made a triumphant comeback, and today, it's one of the most loved beverages worldwide. Imagine a world without coffee. Fact 5 is about the world's most expensive coffee. And no, we're not talking about a coffee that's served in a gold-plated cup or sprinkled with diamond dust. We're talking about Civet coffee, also known as Kopi Luwak. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this coffee so special? Well, it all begins with a small, squirrel-like creature called the Asian palm civet. These critters have a taste for the ripest and finest coffee cherries. But they don't actually digest the coffee beans inside these cherries. Instead, they pass through the civet system and are excreted out. Yeah, you heard that right. Civet coffee is made from beans that have literally passed through the digestive tract of a civet. But don't be too quick to turn up your nose. You see, the civet's digestive enzymes break down the proteins in the coffee beans, which are the main factor of coffee's bitterness. This process gives the beans a uniquely smooth, rich, and less bitter flavor, which many coffee connoisseurs absolutely adore. After the beans are naturally processed by the civet, they're collected, washed thoroughly, sun-dried, and finally roasted to perfection. Now, why is it so expensive? Well, the process of gathering the beans is quite labor-intensive. Not to mention, the civets only eat the best cherries, and their natural processing method is slow, making the yield of civet coffee beans quite low. This scarcity, coupled with the unique flavor profile, makes civet coffee one of the most sought-after and priciest coffees in the world. But it's not just about the taste or the price tag, it's about the experience. Imagine sipping a cup of coffee that's been on such an extraordinary journey. It's not just about caffeine anymore, it's about savoring a luxurious piece of nature's own artistry. However, it's crucial to note that ethical sourcing is important. Some producers have been criticized for keeping civets in poor conditions. So if you're keen to try it, make sure you're buying from a responsible source. For some, coffee is indeed a luxury. Here's a twist. Espresso actually contains less caffeine than filtered coffee. Yes, you heard that right. It might come as a surprise to many, but despite its bold flavor and potent punch, an espresso shot actually pales in comparison to a cup of filter coffee when it comes to caffeine content. Now you might be wondering, why does espresso feel stronger? The answer lies in its concentration. Espresso is brewed by forcing a small amount of nearly boiling water under pressure through finely ground coffee beans. This method results in a highly concentrated, richly flavored shot of coffee. The intensity of that flavor can fool us into thinking we're getting a bigger caffeine hit than we actually are. So, while espresso may seem like the heavyweight champion in the caffeine arena, it's actually the milder contender. So, espresso lovers, you're consuming less caffeine than you think. And finally, fact 7, coffee is more than just a beverage. While many of us appreciate coffee for its rich taste and stimulating effects, the humble coffee bean is not just confined to our mugs. It has found its way into an array of products beyond the coffee counter. In the realm of beauty, coffee is a prized ingredient, often used in skincare products. The caffeine in coffee can help reduce the appearance of cellulite and puffiness, and its antioxidants are known to fight premature aging. The coarse grounds make for an excellent natural exfoliant, but coffee's versatility doesn't stop there. In culinary circles, the rich, robust flavor of coffee beans is used to enhance a variety of dishes. From coffee-rubbed steaks to desserts like coffee-infused chocolate cake, coffee adds a unique depth of flavor. So the next time you enjoy a cup of joe, remember, coffee indeed has a life beyond your cup. So, those were some surprising facts about coffee. We've traveled through time and around the globe to uncover these intriguing tidbits. From the revelation that coffee is actually a fruit, the seed of the coffee cherry, to its discovery in the ancient lands of Ethiopia, sparked by the unusual energy of goats. We've seen the crucial role bees play in coffee pollination, and how their decline might impact our beloved brew. We've delved into the Ottoman Empire's ban on coffee in the 17th century, and marveled at the unique and pricey civet coffee processed in the digestive tract of a civet cat. We've debunked the myth that espresso contains more caffeine than filtered coffee, and finally, we've explored the versatile uses of coffee beans, beyond just a beverage, extending to beauty products and even meat dishes. Next time you enjoy your coffee, remember the amazing journey it has been on. Thanks for watching.